So let's rank my top favorite films from the second half of last year, 2023. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D. Back with another ranking. I'm going to give you my top favorite films from the second half of 2023. Now, I've brought a few of them. Now, a few kind of missed the ranking by that much. So, some films didn't make the cut, like which I'll give honorable mentions to. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. That's one of them, and well, I'll also count Leo, the Netflix film. There might be others. If I missed any, I do apologize. I'll give a slight honorable mention to films that should have done better than I would have wanted, like Wish and the Marvels, but well, just gonna have to let them go. But anyway, I picked 12 of them. So I hope you're ready. And if you are, then good. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Coming in at number 12 is Sound of Freedom. Now, this film I have yet to review and what have you, but I did like the performance we got from Jim Caviezel. He was very good in this. This is a very good film, and the first film I saw from new studio called Angel Studios. The film is actually currently now available for all Prime members to check out in case you might have missed it or if you want to see it again. I think this film is pretty good and what have you. It's a crime thriller, and well, about a former U.S. government agent who embarks on a mission to rescue children from sex traffickers in Colombia. Anyway, I liked what this film had to offer, and I'm gonna say it was good and what have you. A little different, but hey, it was still pretty good though. We also had Mira Sorvino and Bill Camp as well. They were pretty good too. But I'll talk more about this if I decide to review this film. I know I need to, and maybe sometime, mind you, I will, and it will be spoiler free. Since the way I see it, yeah, yeah, because it's been just about a half a year since this came out last July. So I'll try and do a spoiler-free review of that sometime this year. Now, coming in at number 11 is Killers of the Flower Moon. This is Martin Scorsese's new film, and well, believe me, this is the longest film I've gone to see in years. I'm gonna say I really liked it for what it had to offer. Leonardo DiCaprio was really good. So was Robert De Niro. But I really liked Lily Gladstone's performance. I'm hoping for the best this gets nominated at the awards and what have you. If it does, then I wish it the best of luck. Scorsese did a good job in his directing of this and what have you. Of course, I liked the setting and what have you, and the characters are pretty good and what have you. The story's good too. I'm just gonna give that to you just in case you haven't seen my review of it. You can check out my review of Killers of the Flower Moon that's up. That's been up for some time right now, and hear my thoughts on it. Next, coming in at number 10 is The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Now, I'm going to say I really thought this movie was very good. I mean, well, maybe not the best of the Hunger Games franchise, but it manages to be a good one since it's a prequel and what have you. I liked how it turned out and what have you. The cast was absolutely really good. I especially liked Rachel Zegler's performance in this. Everyone else was good. Tom Blythe, Peter Dinklage, Jason Schwartzman, and heck, even Viola Davis. Anyway, I feel like this was just pretty good and what have you. And it's done okay. It might not come close to be as big as the other four films were, but nevertheless, I found The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes to be pretty good and what have you. So anyway, I thought it was pretty good and all that jazz. And coming in at number 9 is No Hard Feelings. I loved this movie. This was absolutely the most craziest raunchy type comedy I have ever seen in a few years and what have you. Jennifer Lawrence was absolutely incredible in this and what have you. I've seen this film twice. I recently watched it on Netflix a few months back, just a few months later after I watched it on the big screen. This is a very good movie. If you've never seen this film, then you don't know what you're missing. I absolutely had a fun time with No Hard Feelings. It was absolutely bonkers. Definitely. And I did like Andrew Barth Feldman. He was really good. I just thought this was very, very good. I know I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I can't help it. It's just so good. If you haven't seen this film yet, if you got Netflix, then you should check it out. So, anyway, I love No Hard Feelings. Very good. And coming in at number 8 is Trolls Band Together. Another good installment of this here franchise. I enjoyed this just about as much as the last film. Doesn't quite come close to it, but almost does. At least this managed to pull DreamWorks Animation out the black hole after the humiliating failure they had with Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken, which I got mad at for it not doing so well. I got mad and what have you. When I knew this was coming out, I said as I always say and say again, that's going to change. And I hope they'll DreamWorks will understand that that movie may not have made much, but this did pretty well, so I hope they'll learn to hopefully when they give that one another chance. But back to Trolls Band, but enough about that. Back to Trolls Band Together. I really loved it. It was very good. We have everyone back. Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, everyone. Plus some new additions and what have you. And I'm gonna say it's just a lot of fun. It's a real colorful experience, just like the other two films were. So anyway, I think Trolls Band Together, it was definitely a very good one and what have you. Next, coming at number 7 is Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. Now, I had this in 6, but I changed my mind. I sent it to 7th instead. But anyway, I thought this film was awesome. I don't care what anybody said. To hell with what the critics say and what have you. This film was still a fun blast and what have you. Sure, it has its flaws and what have you. And while it may or may not be a fair end to the DCU, you be the judge. But anyway, Jason Momoa was still absolutely awesome and what have you. I like Patrick Wilson back as Orm and Abdul Mateen II as Black Manta. Yeah, very good. What have you? I thought this was awesome. Of course, I've already did a spoiler-free review of it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. And what was 7th on this list originally is now 6th, and this is another recent film that just came out. Coming in at number 6 is The Color Purple. I really loved this take and why have you. I mean, this came close to being as good as the original from 1985, but only with music and what have you. But nevertheless, I thought it was amazing. What have you? The music and songs were incredible. Yeah. And the cast was really good too. Taraji P. Henson, Fantasia Barrino, everyone. They were all good and what have you. So, The Color Purple 2023, which of course is based on the Broadway musical of the same name, I thought was really good. And let me thank y'all for continuing to watch my review of that. It's doing very well. It's doing better than my review of the original. I'm really impressed. And this time, no false views and what have you. Good. Okay, that about covers it. Next, coming in at number 5 is Monster High 2. Now, I thought this was very good in my view. I like this just a little more than the first film. I mean, we got the same great characters and cast, plus a few new additions. I liked some of the new characters in this and what have you. I thought Monster High 2 was definitely a worthy sequel. I'm hoping for the best that Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus will give us a third film. Hopefully, we'll hope for the best because I know that this one, just like the first one, this kind of left us hanging on by a thread in the end and what have you. So I hope for the best they'll continue this. At least I'm gonna hope for the best. But anyway, Monster High 2, very spectacularly fun. You know what I'm saying? Great. Next, coming in at number 4 is Wonka. Now, I thought this was a good film. Timothy Chalamet shines as Willy Wonka. He is very good. Check out my spoiler-free review if you haven't. Won't get into too many details since this did top my December 1st time watches ranking if you haven't seen it yet. But anyway, it's very good, and I'm glad it's doing pretty well and what have you. This proved to be a real sweet success, definitely. And Paul King, who directed the Paddington films, did an exceptionally good job on this as well. I'm going to say he did a pretty darn good job. Next, coming in at number 3, here's a film that really should have done well. Actually, these next two films should have done much better, but they didn't. So, coming in at number 3 is Blue Beetle. Yes, this was a good film. I'm really I'm really still unhappy with being another big disappointment. But the heck with being a disappointment. It just became a good film and what have you. From my point of view, you don't have to take my word for it, but I liked it. All right. Enough said. But anyway, I thought the cast was really good. The action was really good, and I thought it was just so incredible. Of course, I recently rewatched this on Max since after I watched it in the theaters this past summer, it was just such an awesome film. I may rewatch it again. Who knows? But Blue Beetle, I think, was pretty good and awesome. And why I like this just a little more than the Flash and Aquaman, and heck, even Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I think this was probably the best of the the four DCEU films that came out this year. Since it's the only film that got a certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, but let's not get into more of how this disappointing year. It was a disappointing year for that franchise. Now that it's come to an end. Okay. Next movie coming in at number 2. Here's another film that didn't do too well, and that film is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. This film didn't do too well in Miami. I was rather disappointed with that. But however, I was blown by what he had to offer. By blown, I mean blown away. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sorry. But anywho, I thought this was such a wild thrill ride. Tom Cruise once again nails it as Ethan Hunt. Everyone else was really good, and I thought the stunts were even more awesome than I could even imagine. Even better than even the last few films that came out, but the last three installments. I think this was just so incredible. Shame it didn't do too well, but it was due to Oppenheimer and my top film, which I'm not telling you just yet. But anyway, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One was awesome. But it's a shame that it pains me that I have to wait until next year for Part Two. And what do I have to thank for it? The damn strike. That's what. I sure as hell hope this does not cause any trouble. Well, something like this occurs again this year. Seriously. All right. Finally, my number one flick of the second half of 2023 is Barbie. Yeah, I love this movie. Barbie is probably one of the most outrageously fun-filled chick flicks I've seen this year. Of course, I've seen other films with chicks and what have you. Two I've already mentioned, like No Hard Feelings and Monster High 2, and well, films like Megan and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I am just going to say that Barbie takes the cake. Margot Robbie, good. Ryan Gosling, good. Everyone was good. Barbie World was incredible. And the humor was exceptionally good. And I especially like Greta Gerwig's direction, what have you. I've said before, I'll say again. I wish this film the best of luck at the awards and what have you. Of course, you know it's nominated for numerous Golden Globes as well as Critics' Choice Awards. So we'll see what happens. This film is just so amazing. I do love it. So anyway, Barbie's my top favorite film for the second half of 2023. But will it be my top flick of 2023? Well, I won't tell you just yet, but that will be the next video you will expect to see. So if you liked this ranking, let me know what's your favorite top flick of the second half of 2023 in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button. Excuse me. Subscribe and be a part of the Big D Nation. All right. So if you like this, check out the top 3 films that are in my review form. I'm suggesting to you. The upper left-hand corner is my review of Barbie. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Blue Beetle. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.